Hello, so today we are going to start with the biochemistry paper, and today I am just going to introduce carbohydrates in this lecture, in which we are going to study the different types of carbohydrates, the classification of carbohydrates, and various examples that are included in the different classification of carbohydrates. So the first question that comes in our mind when we talk of carbohydrate is, can we live without sugar? So obviously the answer will be no. We cannot live without sugar because we need carbohydrates, which provides us ATP as an energy in our body to do our daily activities. So biochemically, what are carbohydrates? They are basically polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketone bodies and their derivatives. So three compounds that form carbohydrates are three atoms, we can say hydrogen, carbon and oxygen. So their general formula is CH2O whole bracket N. Now these are the examples of smallest carbohydrates. Smallest carbohydrates are 3 carbon, 1, 2 and 3. If the functional group is aldehyde, then it is an aldehyde sugar such as glyceraldehyde, and if the functional group is ketone group, then it is a keto sugar. And ketone functional group always come in between, it is never on the first carbon because of the incompleteness of the valency. So how do we classify carbohydrates? Basically, the carbohydrates can be sugars or they can be non-sugars. So what does that mean? Sugar is technically a generic name for sweet tasting soluble carbohydrates. So basically these sugars can be monosaccharides or disaccharides or maybe oligosaccharides, but non-sugars includes polysaccharides. So we will do the examples later in next videos when we do the structure of non-sugars such as polysaccharides, such as starch, cellulose, and we will study the why they are known as the non-sugars, but they are carbohydrates but they are non-sugars. So how do we classify the carbohydrates? According to the number of subunits that make them, we can classify carbohydrates. For example, we have monosaccharides. Mono means one, saccharide means sugar molecule. So if there is only one molecule of sugar molecule, that the sugar is a monosaccharide. And we have examples like glucose, fructose, galactose, mannose. There are many examples. Then disaccharide means two sugar molecules are joined together to form a single molecule of disaccharide. So sucrose, lactose, maltose, these are disaccharides. They are composed of two sugar molecules. Then if we have 3 to 10 sugar molecules attached side to side, then it is an oligosaccharide such as raffinose and stachyose. And then we have more than 10. If we have more than 10 sugar molecules which are joined, they can be either linear or they can be branched. So they are the polysaccharides, and in this we have molecules such as starch, glycogen, cellulose, which are the structural and storage sugars in our body. So let us study about the monosaccharide. Mono means single. These are the simple sugar. They contain only a single carbon chain. Single carbon chain is present that you will see in later in the videos. They are monosaccharides are usually sweet in nature such as fructose, glucose, and the empirical formula is CH2O whole bracket N. Now N can be 3, minimum value is 3, and it can go up to many numbers. So here we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th and 6th carbon. This is a single chain. Glucose, fructose, galactose, they have the same molecular formula C6H12O6, and they are composed of single chain only. So these are all monosaccharides. So if the number of carbon is 3, then it is trioses, 4 tetrosis, 5 pentosis, 6 hexoses, 7 heptosis. Now see, if the number of carbon is 3, if the 3 carbon sugar has aldehyde group, then it is a glyceraldehyde. If it has ketone group, then it is a keto sugar. Similarly, with we can say if carbon number is 5, then it will be named as, if the functional group is aldose with carbon number 5, we will call it ribose or cellulose, and if it is a keto sugar, then we will say it is a ribulose. So naming and function also changes. However, the number of carbons are same, but the functional group have changed the overall structure and function of the sugar. Ribose has different function, ribulose will have different functions, glucose have different functions, fructose have different functions. However, they both are the C6 carbon sugar. They both are the hexoses, but glucose is an aldose sugar and fructose is a keto sugar. So you can see the structure of, if we can see the triose sugar, triose means this one, C3, and if we put up this in formula, C3H will be H6 and O3. So we will have this formula C3H6O3, 1, 2 and 3. CHO group is there, it is glyceraldehyde, and if ketone group is there, it is dihydroxyacetone, 1, 2 and 3. Right. Similarly, if in case of pentose 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 sugar, and CHO group is there, it is ribose, and if ketone group is there, same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it is a ribulose sugar. In hexose we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th and 6th, and here we have CHO group. In here we have CHO group, but in this case the orientation of OHH is different in these two molecules. So it is a glucose molecule, it is a galactose molecule. We will discuss this in detail in later videos. I am just telling you about the formula and their variation in the structures. And if the formula is same, C6H12O6, and but if there is a ketone group, then it is a fructose sugar. So next we come to the disaccharides. Disaccharide means we are joining two monosaccharides unit and by deleting a water molecule, and what we will get a single disaccharide sugar. So the joining link is known as very important glycosidic link. So two sugars are connected via glycosidic linkage, and the formula now changes to CnH2ON-1. So here if we have C5, it will be C5 H2O 5 minus 1 into 4. So we will have the different formula. Now see, if the malt sugar, maltose is formed by when two molecules of glucose, they are joined via glycosidic linkage by the loss of water. So OH gone from here, H gone from here, water is lost, condensation reaction occurs, and we have a linkage here which is known as the glycosidic linkage. So this structure is known as a disaccharide sugar. So if we eat maltose, so we have this structure we are eating, and in our body it will break down into now one glucose and one glucose. Similarly, sucrose, when we have sucrose, table sugar, then it is formed of glucose and fructose. So these two are joined with each other via glycosidic bond, and if sucrose is broken, then it will split into glucose and fructose in our body. So sucrose is a disaccharide, this is a sugar molecule of sucrose. It is a disaccharide. So when you drink milk, you are taking lactose. When you take lactose, so lactose in your body undergoes a hydrolysis reaction, and it will break down in your body into glucose and galactose. So when we have milk, we get energy from the glucose that we are getting from the lactose, and galactose will also ultimately convert it into glucose, which will finally give us the energy in the form of ATP. Similarly, maltose, in our body it will split into two molecules of glucose because it is composed of two glucose molecules, and sucrose also it will split into glucose and fructose. We are going to do the structures in detail in the later. I am just giving the brief interview regarding the reactions. Third category is the oligosaccharide. If more than 3 to 6 molecules are joined together again by the dispelling of water molecule, it is an oligosaccharide. For example, here you can see galactose, glucose, fructose are joined together and it is a raffinose sugar. Next we come to the polysaccharide. Polysaccharide are very high molecular weight sugars. More than 10 monosaccharides units are joined. The formula changes C6H10O5 raised to power n. So these sugars are amorphous. If you will taste the starch, it will be amorphous, it will be tasteless, and they are insoluble in water. A biggest difference between the monosaccharides and polysaccharide. Monosaccharides are normally sweet in nature, and polysaccharides are tasteless. Now very important, you must understand this. Polysaccharides can be homopolysaccharides or hetero. Now what is homo? Homo means if the same molecule, if A is glucose and glucose is joined 100 times, only single type of sugar is joined 100 times or 200 times or 500 times, that it is a homo, same polysaccharide. So under homopolysaccharide we have examples of starch, glycogen and cellulose, because all the three are composed of D-glucose, glucose sugar only. Structures we are going to do in detail, but you must know the examples now of what comes under homopolysaccharide. So these sugars are known as glucans, right? These are the structures that are given in detail. I am going to discuss the structure later but I am just giving the brief. For example, starch, it is composed of glucose molecules only, and you can see it is a linear molecule with branches also. This is a branching also. So glucose molecules are branched also here. Its starch is composed of amylose. Amylose is always a linear molecule. It is unbranched amylose. But if its second component amylopectin, it is a branched polymer. So linear, and here comes the branching. Again, I am saying I will discuss the structures later. Now, what is a heteropolysaccharide? Now see, if A and B are two sugars, A is joined to B, and again AB is joined to AB, then AB, and then again AB. Now there is a linkage between A and B sugars, and there is also a linkage between B and A. So AB, BA, AB, BA. So if the linear chain is composed of two different sugars, it is a heteropolysaccharide. So this means, I'm going back again. This is a homopolysaccharide, same molecule is joined, and if I am saying this type of linkage, two molecules are repeatedly joined with each other, it is a heteropolysaccharide. Here we will come across very important examples such as hyaluronic acid, which is present in our synovial joints. You will see this is A sugar and this is B sugar. So A and B will again be joined to this here A. Second example we are going to do will be heparin, which is an anticoagulant. So we will be doing around 3 to 4 examples under heteropolysaccharides. Now, what are the functions of carbohydrates? You must be knowing this. It is a major source of energy in our body, in animal body. Sugars include important component of milk such as lactose is a sugar. Carbohydrates are helpful in absorption of calcium and phosphorus in younger animals. We need carbohydrates to absorb calcium and phosphorus in younger stage. Carbohydrates helps in the secretion of digestive juices, for example, amylases and other intestinal juices in intestinal tract. Our sugars are stored as extra glucose is stored as glycogen, and excess of carbohydrate is also converted into fat molecules, and it is stored in our adipose tissues. So basically they are the reserve energy molecules of the materials of the body in our liver and muscles, and starch in case of plants. So this is all about the introduction of sugars, in which you must be knowing these. Most importantly, you must be very familiar with the classification of sugars. So I am going back so as to first show you the classification picture, and this is the main chart that you must be very this is a chart that you must be very well versed with. So you should be drawing this chart in your notebook. Classification: monosaccharide, disaccharide, oligo and poly. In this we are glucose, fructose, galactose, sucrose, lactose, maltose. Whatever examples we will do, you will add here. Here we have raffinose and stachyose. And in polysaccharides, you will divide it into two parts: homopolysaccharide and heteropolysaccharide. And as we do our examples, you will keep on adding there only. So this is the main table that you have to draw before I get on to the second lecture. So that's all about the introduction to carbohydrates.